Hello everybody, this is me, Paul Reeman, because DJ Reeman's the other one, on YouTube. And I haven't done this for a while. I don't do loads of videos because it takes us too much time to do videos. I do in my radio interviews on my Music Revolution promotion channel, Revolution Promo, because I thought the idea actually put them up because YouTube we've got more space and stuff. But this one's mainly for DVDs and things and bits and pieces. I did have a lot of music related stuff on here, but I switched it over. Now, today's video, I did do another version of this the first time, but I had about 5 movies, including The Matrix, which basically this is what me and my wife watch. And I've never done DVDs before because everybody does them, but I thought I'd give a slight different perspective. It's like 2 comparisons here. So I was like deciding which way to do this, and I got 2 comparisons with 2 actors. One with Johnny Depp with just a film and a modern classic, and Tom Cruise with a film and a modern classic. Now, if you're a fan of either person, I'm a fan of Johnny Depp and Tom Cruise, and my wife is as well. That's the reason why we watch them. I don't watch much movies on my own these days because, like, unless it's like dead of night and I can watch a film. Some movies that I've watched, my wife doesn't like horror mainly. I watched From Dusk Till Dawn the other day, but she's okay with it. But I like it, but And a perfect example, which I might do separate, is Brad Pitt's Assassination of Jesse James, which is too long. Even in my opinion, I don't mind watching it on my own. But if it was an hour and a half, it would have been fine. But it's like 3 hours, which is ridiculous. But this is I thought I'd cut this down quite a bit because the other one got a bit too long. Or a lot of people don't mind. But first one. Now, Johnny Depp. Now, he's done quite a few things recently. He's got a new vampire movie coming up based on the American TV series, which is quite interesting. Dark Shadows, which I never heard of. Brilliant. It's a bit like Doctor Who in terms of darkness and style. But I'll start with Johnny Depp now. I'll bring both up so you can know what I'm doing. The one on here is The Tourist, which is one of those recent films, and obviously he's done Pirates of the Caribbean. He's done all 3, actually, sorry, 4 movies, but this is the first one. Now, obviously, this is the modern classic. There's a lot of people like Pulp Fiction. That people say is modern classic. It's not that old, 10 years old, but this is a bit more recent. It's about 5 years old now. Obviously, this is the first time for a number of years a decent pirate movie has been filmed. Jerry Bruckheimer is behind this. He's been on a lot of 80s classics, and you've got all-star cast. Jeffrey Rush is really one hell of a pirate. He's a theatre actor based, and Johnny Depp plays a more of a eclectic pirate. Got a bit of a funny twist to him, but everybody likes Johnny Depp in this. Orlando Bloom, he's in a lot of big epics. He really is a good actor, even though he's been Lord of the Rings. He's done quite a bit in terms of big epic movies. This is no exception. Now, if you're a big fan of Johnny Depp, like I am, I haven't seen everything actually. I've seen Sleepy Hollow, and I've seen Charlie Chocolate Factory, which a lot of people don't like, but I don't mind it just for Phil. And Alice in Wonderland, he's outstanding in that. This one he plays a pirate. Obviously, he's a pirate in this, and it's a pirate movie. Now, this is a long film. A lot of people know. A lot of people are big fans of pirate movies. They're really great. Now, this one, comparing this. Now, he's not a pirate in this. A lot of people may, because the reason I bring this up is because I've seen comments on YouTube slamming this. I thought, why? You get a lot of female fans like in Angela Jolie being in it and blah blah. I'm not a big fan of hers. I've seen Tomb Raider 1 and 2. She's a beautiful woman, yes. She goes out with Brad Pitt, yes. But I'm not a big fan of hers. Johnny Depp, I'm more of a fan of, surprised or not. I've seen quite a few of his movies, like I said, Hot Sleepy Hollow, the one. He's a good actor, I like him. This one is not a pirate movie. I think a lot of people think this guy overhyped. It's not a modern classic, it's just a film. It's called The Tourist because he is a tourist. It's set in Vienna because at the beginning of the film he's on the train. I believe the trailer shows the train as well. He plays a teacher called Frank, and he meets up with this woman, or a woman comes to him more to the point, and then he starts on this cat and mouse chase through Vienna, and it turns out that people think he's somebody. It turns out she's a CIA agent. Pulls him in for like a scapegoat type thing, and. But it's just a movie. It's nothing extraordinary out of the way. It's not a big epic movie. Yeah, it's set in a nice, beautiful location in Vienna. But really, it's just a movie. He's good in it. He just plays an ordinary person. It doesn't play anybody that's funny or out of the way. It's a comedy as well. It's got a couple of stunts in it. There's a lot of guns in it. It's it's just an ordinary movie. It's really good. Don't slam it until you watched it. I want to see it. As soon as I saw a trailer about, I don't know, before it came out, I didn't see it at cinema because it's not the type of film you want to see in the cinema either. I don't see everything at the cinemas. There's only certain things I watch. But this one's really good. Just watch it. Don't expect anything, basically. It's like the other next one I'm going to go to. I didn't expect much. There's certain things you don't expect, with a movie, but this is good, really good. And the one thing I didn't know about until I saw the trailer of The Usual Suspects. So one of the screenwriters of The Usual Suspects did the screenplay for this, because there is a Usual Suspect style twist to this film. A lot of people don't realise that. If you just dismiss it, don't. It's really good. It's not as deep as Usual Suspects. Obviously, Usual Suspects is a modern classic in its own right. It's not the same thing at all, but there is based on the screenplay, there is a style to it. So I recommend watching this. If you're a big fan of Johnny Depp, watch it. He's good. He's a good actor. He doesn't have to be a pirate to be good. Be a good actor. Angelina Jolie is fine. She's alright. She's put there because she's a good actress up to a point, and she's a good-looking woman anyway. She's a spy, basically. So yeah, good actor. Good too. So watch them both. Don't dismiss one because they're not the other. Because obviously that's a modern classic. Sorry, that's a modern classic. That is not. Good film. They're both good films. Now, that one which we've seen, I forgot we actually seen it together. One of the best movies, and I actually was looking around YouTube last night, and a lot of people pan these films. Do you know what? People don't get it. The 60s TV series is a cult classic. And one thing I didn't know about is that there's actually an 80s Mission Impossible TV series I didn't know existed. And I thought, now, if you watch the 80s TV series and watch this, that's more comparison to this than the 60s TV series, because the theme tune actually is more close to this as well. Well, this is more close to that, I should say. This is based on the 60s TV series, they say. The lead guy is actually in the film, if you didn't know. And there was a lot of criticism over this at the time. And be honest, yeah, fair enough, I can understand it, because every time something gets changed from a TV series to film, people want the original cast in it, or somebody from the original cast. There isn't this. They can't do both at once, and obviously people prefer the TV series to the film. The film is going to be different to a TV series, always is. And I've heard before from actors in interviews, if you've seen them as well. Some people can't do TV, some people can't do film. Obviously, Tom Cruise has never been in TV. He's always done film. This is actually a film franchise. This is the first one done by Brian De Palma. Absolutely outstanding film. Great plot twists. I see someone coming on YouTube saying he likes the twist ending. Yeah, it's rather good, rather solid film. The second one was a bit over the top, but I think he got caught on with a hype wheel with a lot of advertising and Limp Bizkit, and it's alright. It's not my favourite film, the second one, but the third one we've got, which blew me away because I compare it to this one, is actually fantastic. But in terms of the first one, great film. Obviously, a lot of people like Tom Cruise. He's a big actor. He still is. He's after about 20-30 years, he's still a big actor. It takes a lot, to be honest. Now, going back to something similar, that's the modern classic part of me. This isn't, but it's a good film. I saw this trailer on the cinema, I believe, and I thought, what's this? And I thought, this is good. I watched it. I've been wanting to see this for a while, in fact, and I don't know what it was about. Knight is played by Tom Cruise, and I think because it's quite close to I think he did this after or before, might have been Mission Impossible, because as a lot of people know, these films, even though they're on released a certain order, they're not filmed in the same order as in time. They got guns in the picture. It's an action movie. It's got a Mission Impossible style element to it, but it's not Mission Impossible, obviously, because there's only Mission Impossible on it. Night and Day is about Tom Cruise. He's an actual agent, bit similar to Mission Impossible, but he's on the run from basically two lots of people. People want to buy this battery created by this invented by this guy. He's a geek, basically. He's a prodigy, and he invented this battery that lasts forever. You don't have to replace it. That's basically the plot. And then he pulls in Cameron Diaz's character, and I'm not a big fan of Cameron Diaz. I never have been. I haven't seen all her movies. She's good. She's pretty. She's tall. A bit like Angelina Jolie, in fact. She's really good in this. It quite fits her character. She plays Day. But But yeah, it's a good movie. This, if anybody panned it like The Tourist, well, don't. You know, it's not Mission Impossible. It's a good movie to watch, like a popcorn movie, like Predator once. I once mentioned like a popcorn movie. This is a good film. The plot's reasonable. The action's outstanding, actually. But if you're thinking it's going to be Mission Impossible, don't bother. It's not Mission Impossible. Yeah, it's got Tom Cruise in it, and he just brought Ghost Protocol out, which I gotta see. I love Mission Impossible stuff. I haven't seen a whole TV series of Mission Impossible, but this is a rather good film. I actually liked it. It's, you know, it doesn't drag. It keeps at a good pace. I like the fact that she gets cooked onto like a James Bond style, because really this is a cross between a James Bond Mission Impossible style film, and I don't know why they released it with the title, because it is. I think in a lot of ways, I haven't seen any comments or reviews on this. I just bought it to watch it, but I think, in my opinion, if a lot of people think it's too close to Mission Impossible, then it is too close. But it's in a Mission Impossible style. People might get confused, but it's a really good film. But this might have been like a weak version of Mission Impossible, but good film, really good. So yeah, so comparisons, classic, not a classic, but good film. Actors are always doing it. Michael Caine's a perfect example. He's done loads of films. He just did it for the money, for buying paintings and things. I've heard him in interviews say that. So classic, good film, not a classic. Because, like, you know, we've got a habit as humans of actually panning stuff before we see it, and I'm like that sometimes. Like, I like the vampire stuff, for example. I like vampire films, but Twilight I've never seen because, in my opinion, even though the time frame is different with books and screenplays, and I might do a review of this at some point as well, because I'm a big fan of The Vampire Starring Angel, one of the best vampire TV series ever created, in my opinion. There's been a lot of stuff before, a lot of stuff after, of course, a lot of modern stuff. But I prefer the films, Anne Rice and that kind of thing, and Blade. Blade's one of the best storylines ever created. It's actually from a comic, which I never knew until I saw the film. But in terms of these, great films. I might be doing more of these. I don't do it very often because it takes time to do video. I've got another one which I might cut up and do. I did one based with 5, including Pulp Fiction, The Matrix. But yeah, so me and my wife watched all these films together, and I kind of had the idea of doing this because of that, because I could do it myself easily with loads of videos, but I thought, well, let's make it something everybody does video reviews, for Christ's sake. This is my just a view of it from a two people perspective, because, you know, I like films, horror, I like quite a bit, some things I don't. I like stuff to watch with my wife, and so I may not totally like it, but it's good to watch, you know. A perfect example is, as I said, The Assassin of Jesse James with Brad Pitt. Really too long for someone to watch. We both watched together. I finally found out my wife doesn't like really long films that drag, which I totally agree with. I can watch them on my own. Like, I don't mind watching 3-hour films, but if they're going to drag, if it's drama with no action, then, you know, my wife likes a bit of action in films, like obviously Mission Impossible. Night and Day got both action in. Obviously, yeah, Mission. Wall-to-wall action in Pirates of the Caribbean, and this is not too bad. It's a steady pace as well. So there you go. Reason for these reviews. So many thanks for watching this. I'll be doing more, but not all the time. So if you want me to review something, I've got a DVD collection. It's not massive. I haven't got thousands of films. I've seen a few people on DVD reviews buy just anything. I thought, I don't buy everything. It's just bizarre. You know, I don't buy things because, I'm gonna watch it in 5 years. If I buy something and then I don't bother watching it, I sell it. Or again, if I buy something I don't like it, I get rid of it. I only keep something I'm gonna watch again, because Pirates of the Caribbean I watched about 5-6 times. When my wife watched it twice. Night and Day I might watch again. It's not a bad film. I can watch it again. It's not one of those things you can leave and go and watch it for years. So yeah, we're going to be rambling. So we're gonna I might get to do a review of Ghost Protocol when it comes out. It comes out in April. My wife found out, because I was actually wondering. It come out just before 2012. It's possible for. We'll be watching that, and I'll be probably reviewing that. I don't do it on a regular basis. I just do it a bit of fun.